Good evening. The news summary for this Tuesday, 12th of March. The investigation in the explosion at CCCL at Providence on the 7th of December last year is ongoing. Answering a PNQ in the National Assembly this morning on who will bear responsibility for this incident, the Minister for Internal Affairs, Errol Fonseca, and the police said the police are still trying to retrieve video footage from the CCCL CCTV cameras on site to determine what happened that day. Minister Fonseca said once this is completed, the police will present its report to the Attorney General's office, which will decide on how to proceed with the criminal case. He said no such report will be presented to the National Assembly. The Minister for Fisheries and the Blue Economy, Jean-François Ferrari, was also present at the National Assembly this morning to answer questions from the MNAs. The questions put to Minister Ferrari concern the question of fishing, in particular the ice that fishermen use when going to sea. The main question to Minister Ferrari was put forward by Porglow's MNA Egbert Aglaé. The final report of a study that a group of students from the ETH University based in Zurich, Switzerland, in collaboration with the University of Seychelles, did on rethinking the sustainability of tourism. In Seychelles has been presented to the Department of Tourism and other stakeholders of the tourism industry. The Principal Secretary for Tourism says that the study gave valuable insights into the areas that need to be addressed to make the tourism industry more sustainable.
The major findings of the report, it actually adds a bit more weight to work that was done by certain professional and consultant in the past for us, especially for the carrying capacity study. So it gives us a little bit more depth into understanding the situation. And there are certain policy intervention we have started when it comes to recommendations of the carrying capacity study. So the research by the ETH university students gives us a little bit more weight, scientific data, to further back the policy intervention that will come in the future, and perhaps also certain intervention by other government agencies. I can just give example like the research data they have now on the usage of the beach and the various activities and things like that. There's already certain framework one agency is working on to sort of put a structure in how the various beach operators operate on the beach.
The ambassador of Ethiopia to the Seychelles, Etseginet Imeno, has presented her credentials to President Wavell Romkalawan. Ambassador Imeno presented her documents in the presence of the Minister for Foreign Affairs and Tourism, Sylvestre Radogon, and other high officials of the ministry. The ambassador and President Romkalawan discussed on how to enhance the relationship between the two countries, especially in the tourism and trade sectors. Ambassador Yemeno also visited Vice President Ahmed Afif. Diplomatic ties between Seychelles and Ethiopia were established in 1982. Ambassador Yemeno will be based in Kampala, Uganda.
Ethiopia and Seychelles have a very strong relationship. We discussed how to increase the relationship in regards to trade, investments, and tourism sector, and also having the Ethiopian Airlines, which is a flag carrier, so that there is an opportunity even to look into business exchange and to do a little more in the areas which we didn't use before. So I'm looking forward for that.
President Wavell Romkalawan will hold a live presidential press conference with local media outlets and journalists tomorrow, Wednesday the 13th of March at 5:30 p.m. The press conference will be broadcast live on SBC2, Radio Cecil and on YouTube. After yesterday's visit to the Vice President, the chairman of the Commonwealth Student Association continued with the program with a series of presentations and debates on certain case studies at the University of Seychelles. The main topic was on SDG, Sustainable Development Goals, which is quality education for all. The chairman presented various case studies where the students were put into groups to discuss and present solutions or recommendations. The students also engaged in various debates on different topics, one of which was politics, and they had the chance to express their opinions. Christy Camille, a student from SAL, says that it's important for the youth to change the narratives for themselves.
Today, I learned that for us to be heard as a youth for the betterment of our country, we do need to stand out more and don't just like start things and let it end when we don't get any feedback back from the people that are supposed to be helping us. We should stand up with our peers from around our community, especially, for example, us post-secondaries. We shouldn't be just doing things by ourselves. There are other faculties such as NIHSS, SMA, SIT, where we could band together and promote what we think is better for us as youths.
Students at Ladiga School were gifted 30 new guitars from a retired German who has taken music as a hobby. Conny Baum met the students in December 2022, and after seeing their desire to learn, he decided to come back to Seychelles 6 weeks ago and teach the students the basics about playing guitar and how to make music with other instruments. Mr. Baum has been raising money through the GoFundMe site and other means to pay for these guitars and other musical instruments he gifted the school. The community, on the other hand, offered him free lodging and a bicycle for the 2 months he will be on the island and facilitated the purchase of the guitars at a reduced price. Mr. Baum says he was overjoyed to see the joy on the students' faces when they put on a show to demonstrate what they had learned so far.
And percussion, little instruments, and I thought it's a nice gift for children to play. And then I met Miss Evelyn, the teacher, and she said, why don't you give it to the kids yourself? Because they're just in the room with another teacher and singing, I wish you a Merry Christmas. So I went there and I gave these things away to the kids. And I said, do you have a guitar? And I can play and sing with the kids together. And in that moment I said, I like to teach these kids guitar. Saw this sparkle in the eyes from the kids, playing music and shaking and singing. And I said, this is something I would like.
And with this, we end this news summary. Have a very pleasant evening and watching other programs offered by SBC.